पे दिखा रहा है ये। सॉरी, स्ट्रीम ये कुछ तो हुआ। ट्राई करूंगा फिर से ना हो।
And buried deep within the earth, carrying within them a warped will and a dark curse. Together, these remnants form what you call God remains. And it appears that some of those sealed here were dug up and removed. There are traces left, but they're fading fast. What are you doing?
Nothing! Just wanted to make sure you were, real? She's definitely not a ghost traveler. Paimon poked her, and she's solid. So, basically, there's now less of them here than there used to be, right? Isn't that a good thing? In our experience, God remains are 100% bad news. A lot of terrible things have happened because of them.
Maybe it's a good thing by human standards, but power doesn't come from nothing, and it doesn't just disappear for no reason. The remains aren't just gone. They were taken. Very clever, Traveler. You aren't the only one who had something taken from you. There are victims like you everywhere. The only difference being, you can speak, and the remains cannot, so it went unnoticed. Something similar happened in Sumeru. Within the span of one night, countless consecrated beasts were slaughtered, and a large amount of the god remains buried in the desert went missing. Of course, god remains are just one of the targets. The culprit is chipping away at sources of power all over this world, including the Stella Fortuna above.
Wait, you mean... the stars?
Mm-hmm. 42 of them have died out in the past few months alone. In Conria, people believed that powerful individuals have corresponding Stella Fortuna. Even should that individual fall, their Stella Fortuna would not disappear, but gradually evolve into a new constellation. Yet now, stars are disappearing from the skies entirely, and it's not hard to deduce what's happening to the power they contain. Something has been leeching power from this world like a parasite steals nutrients from a host. And now, it's no longer satisfied with the remains of the dead. It wants you. This time, it only took a fragment of your soul. But next time, there's no telling how far it could go. No one knows. All I know for certain is this. Getting back what you lost will not be easy. Considering how much power this entity has stolen, it must be a god-level being by now at least. But that's not the real concern. Souls are fragile things, and yours could easily be crushed if you go up against it.
So you're gonna help us, right?
We're going to help each other. You are my ticket to uncovering this thing's true identity.
Well, great! You seem super strong, and you know a lot about the Abyss, so Paimon will take it.
Don't get all mushy on me. All I'm doing is helping you get back to normal after a sudden crisis. And I should warn you, getting mixed up with me can have unforeseen consequences. We're on very different journeys. You don't want to be in my debt, trust me. You help me uncover the truth behind this entity, and I'll help you recover what you lost. This is a transaction, that's all. You would do well to remember that. Now, come along.
Yeesh! You'd think she'd be a little friendlier since she's agreed to help us. But nope, she's just like when we met her in the Primordial Sea. So cold. Well, whatever. If that's how it's gonna be, then she doesn't deserve our friendship. What she does deserve is a super embarrassing nickname. Ah, Paimon's got it. Frosty the Lavender Melon. Serves that Ice Queen right. Anyway, the important thing is that we get that piece of your soul back. So, let's follow her and see what sort of plan she's got. place is way bigger than Paimon expected. Where are we?
This is where I live. I suppose it's the closest thing I have to a home here. It is. I brought you here because time flows differently in this place. I don't know how much Ajax has told you, but when he fell into this space, I mentored him for 3 months. In that time, only 3 days passed in the outside world.
Ajax? Oh, right! That's Child's real name! Yeah, Paimon remembers him mentioning something like that. So, a month here is equivalent to 1 day in the outside world? That should mean we're safe from that power-hungry soul snatcher for now, right?
Yes, well, I didn't bring you here just to show you around. In the outside world, the Traveler could be attacked at any moment. But coming here has bought us quite a bit of time. Now, we just need to figure out how to investigate that place you saw. The one full of fog. Both your description and the abyssal disturbance I felt point to that space having some connection to the abyss. It could even be a domain similar to this one. The thief who stole that fragment of your soul is hiding there. But the abyss is a chaotic and turbulent place. If we want to pinpoint their location, we need to see what that space looks like without the fog. Abyssal power can grant a special form of sight. Have you ever wielded abyssal power before? Okay. Do you plan to learn? That tracks. All the information you have suggests the Abyss is something sinister, and that abyssal power is a wild and dangerous force that always spells disaster.
And you're saying that's not true?
Depends on your perspective. Floods and hurricanes take countless lives too. But if one day you gain the power to control them, what was once a calamity is now just another tool in your arsenal. I'll respect your opinion, though. Just means we have to turn to the second best option. A little abyss crystal that contains my power. Wear it on your head, and we'll be able to perform dream mirroring when we fall asleep.
Dream mirroring?
It means experiencing whatever the other person is dreaming. Everything they see, think, and feel. Since you haven't studied the art of using abyssal power, and have no plans to jump in the deep end right now, I'll have to do the investigating for you. With dream mirroring, every time you slip into a deep sleep, I'll see with my own eyes whatever scene plays out in your mind. Then, I can guide you through the dream environment, and we'll take back what was stolen from you.
Huh. You make it sound so simple.
So all I need to do is wait.
Tough to say. This is an unprecedented situation for both of us. Even assuming we do manage to find where this entity is hiding. Like I said, getting your soul fragment back won't be easy. To play it safe, I need to give you some special training first.
Wait, you're gonna teach him some of your martial arts? Does that mean the next time we see Child, we have to treat him like our senior?
Do as you want. For my part, I don't see you as my disciples. You're already a pretty good fighter. All I'm planning to do is build on your current skills, and train you for the specific scenarios that I think we might face. But that's enough talk. If you're ready to do this, then come with me. Time might be more lenient here, but that's no excuse to waste it.
Oh, she moves fast. Paimon can hardly keep up with her. So, special training, huh? Kind of a rare opportunity. With your skills, there's not a lot of people qualified to train you. The last time something like this happened was probably anti-Raiden Shogun training, right? Oh, feels like a lifetime ago. Skirk seems pretty strong too, though. Remember how she said that the all-devouring narwhal was just her master's pet? Maybe we really will learn something here.
Fix.
Ready?
When you are
Bring it on!
Your training will be split into 3 stages. Testing your blade
not
work, elemental abilities, and reasoning skills. We'll start with blade work. You're no rookie in this area, so I won't bore you with the basics. During your long journey, you've no doubt sparred with a lot of talented sword fighters. Consciously or not, you'll have picked up all kinds of techniques from them.
nope.
You bet. There's Kaya, Master Jean, Kuching. Oh, and Kazuha, Ayaka.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've met
Yes,
sword
well.
masters like you in every nation we've been through. You sparred with a bunch of them too, right? Nice to know it's all gonna come in handy now.
Don't get too smug. In sword fighting, techniques alone are not enough. You need a cohesive system to bring it all together. A style or school of fighting. To use the human body as an analogy, your style is your skeleton, the foundation, the framework. Techniques are the muscles and other flesh attached to the bones. This is where your strength comes from. Improving your sword fighting is like growing that body. If your frame got bigger and taller, but you didn't add any muscle mass, you'd be weak and flimsy. Then again, if you packed on pounds of flesh without a big enough frame to support it, you'd end up bloated and unwieldy. You need to do some introspection. Take a good, hard look at your past experiences and figure out which parts of what you've learned are just techniques, and which parts can be used to form your own system of blade work. Only then will you get the full utility out of all your thoughts and observations along the way. Only then will every strike you deliver make perfect sense.
Wait, is that it? Paimon thought you were gonna teach him some cool new moves. Like when you went swoosh and opened a tunnel to another place.
One day, you'll reach a new level of power where you realize that even that's as basic a trick as any other. But right now, our sword styles are so wildly different that teaching you mere techniques is pointless. There are no shortcuts in the pursuit of power. Failure is your
He's the
best
best
teacher,
teacher.
and rigor is your coursework. That's all I have to say. Time to make a start. Train until you're satisfied with yourself. Now focus. Destroy the crystal columns as swiftly as you can.
Oh, this is making Paimon's head spin. Hang in there, traveler!
No, so really? Standing process. Instantly press. Group. Hard sound. Yes, me. So.
Stay calm. Use your head. You have to keep it together.
So this is from our whole view of sports work. I'm using the same technique as ever, but now they're having different effect. It's as I unlock a hidden door in my mind, and there a well spring of strength on the other side. In my mind, am seeing images of the friends I made in Tibet. There are the sword styles and technique I have come to know.
This world will be frozen in time.
Cut to the chase!
Needs must I eternal.
Consider a moment of true mastery that you've witnessed in another person, and ask yourself, what lies beneath the surface? What's their guiding philosophy? What's their state of mind as they maneuver their weapon? Now take that and practice it right away with speed, skill, and strength, over and over, until your hand is one with your mind. This is the only path to true growth.
Step on up! Dance with the waves!
If you start to tire, empty your mind, but do not stop. Stay in that frame of mind as you keep up the fight. Get rid of all redundant movements. Imagine your sword is an extension of your own body. Wield it just as you wield your arms, hands, and fingers.
'Twas on a deserted, moonlit night that the hero approached the vile dragon's limpid lair. Ring cutter! Feathers fleeting wet, the white heron treads water, a sight without flaw. Master of Inazuma Kamisato art Tachijutsu.
Each slasher flash of my blade, I feel my strength increasing. I don't know if my weapon can contain all this power. I'm in a zone, limitless power in reaching through me. Hiya! Is that
Huh. Looks like you've made some real progress. That concludes your training session.
Awesome! Paimon knew you could do it!
How do you feel? As you should be. Time flies when you're training hard. You've actually been going for several days now with no rest.
Really?
Yeah, meanwhile, Paimon's had a whole bunch of naps. But you were so focused, she didn't want to interrupt you.
Go get some sleep. I'll be doing the same very soon. Let's hope you see that foggy place in your dream, so I can get this investigation over and done with.
Scott said the dream mirroring will keep in when I see a fell asleep. So why am I back here? No, no, no on it. Closer inspection. This isn't the same dream as last time. It's dark and gloomy, but there isn't that chilling fog and made my hair s- stand up. And hold on, if dream mirroring is a two-way process, maybe I'm seeing inside her mind while she exploring mine. Is this is her inner world is pretty bleak. I can hear the sound of the stream, but the other than that is so empty. Strange creature. What's that? What a strange look creature. Where did it come from? I think it wants me to follow it. Let's see where it leads.
Skirk, why are you skipping classes again? We've talked about this.
'Cause he's a crabby old man, and he's a boring old man. I don't like going to his classes.
Excuse me. You shouldn't talk about your teacher like that. It's very disrespectful.
All right, let's not get into a big fight about this. Skirk's learned what she needs. There's no point forcing her to sit through more classes if she doesn't want to be there. But I'd still love to hear about what you got up to yesterday. Why don't you tell your dad all about it?
I went diving, and I saw this huge fish. I never knew they could get that big. It looked kind of dumb, though, with that stupid big fat head. I tried to shake its fin, but it just spat water at me. Oh, and today, I'm gonna go to that prairie up north. There's supposed to be this giant bird there that can spit fire. I bet if I climbed on its back, it could fly me all the way to the stars.
Then I suppose your old dad should get one as a pet too. Otherwise, how are you gonna hear me call you for dinner up there in the stars?
When it's time time to eat, I'll come back on my own, Zilly. Anyway, gotta go. Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad.
Wait! Put on a coat at least. You'll catch a cold. I'm talking to you, young lady. You spoil that child, you know. Ever since that merchant ship arrived, she practically lives outside. Always going on about exploring the beyond one day, whatever that means.
Ah, let the kid do what makes her happy. Besides, we both know you're all bark and no bite. Come on, our little adventurer is gonna be hungry when she gets back. Let's get started on dinner.
The wonderful today.
The stars shimmer high above. But what lies beyond the stars? Mountains as far as the eye can see? An endless snowy plain? Or maybe buildings taller than the sky, like the people from the merchant ship said? I can't be the only one asking these questions. The universe is fascinating. If only I could meet some other people like me. We could set sail together and explore every corner of the world. I'm sick of being a kid. There's so many amazing things out there, and I'm ready to see them all. But for now, I'm starving. Better get back.
So the something going on.
Don't let a single one of them get away!
No, please, spare the children! Stay back!
They're coming!
Eliminate the threat.
Take them down.
Don't be scared.
This way!
We'll never make it!
Fire. There's fire everywhere. What happened?
I told you we shouldn't have trusted these outsiders!
Why are you doing this? What did we do to deserve this? We welcomed you with our finest food and drink, showed you the best our home has to offer, gifted you cloth dyed by our own hands. And this is how you treat us?
Run! Save yourselves!
Captain, Zone 3 is clear and we have Zone 2 surrounded.
Begin extermination. Remember the orders from upper command. No one is to be left alive.
Rest assured, sir. We have enough munitions to annihilate these savages and burn their entire civilization to the ground.
Good. The only ones who put up a real fight are that man and his wife, correct? What's their status?
We shot the man in the ankles and the wife broke her wrist attempting to fight back. They won't be doing much more fighting. They're holed up in their home for now, but they won't last long. To prevent them from making some kind of last stand, we're planning to clear out the other zones first so we can send a bigger squadron to surround them.
Well, well. Turns out some of these beasts do know how to use their claws. Now the threat these savages pose will be undeniable. Let them cling to what's left of their lives for a little longer. Once the other zones are cleared, I'll cut off their heads myself.
sorry.
Mom!
Skirk, you're all right? Thank heavens.
I'm so happy to see you, sweet girl. But you need to go. It isn't safe here. They'll be back any second.
What happened? You're bleeding a lot. Dad,
This is the place. Alert all units. Prepare to surround.
Run, Skirk! Run as far away as you can. Don't trust anyone. Your dad and I, we're not afraid to stare death in the face, but we need you to survive. My clever girl, so curious. You're already so brave. I know you're going to grow up to be such a positive light in this world.
Whenever you miss us, just play this song. Remember, life is a gift. Don't let darkness claim it.
Break down the door! Look what we have here. A savage that can pluck a tune. Well, the show's over. You! Stop singing! Shut it! I said shut it or I'll make you! Fine. Have it your way!
Gitar.
You're awake? I found a few clues while you were asleep, but it's only a start. Now, time for the second stage of your training. This time, the focus is elemental energy. Come find me when you're ready to begin.
I was ready.
Man, staying in the abyss feels so surreal, don't you think? No day and no night. It's like time hardly exists. If we weren't careful to keep track, it feels like we'd have no idea how long we've even been here. Well, except for the fact that Paimon still gets hungry like clockwork. You go do your training. Paimon's gonna grab a bite.
Ito. Ito. लाइट नहीं ना गई? Okay.
The way I see it, the pursuit of power is divided into 3 stages. The first is mastering the use of standard weapons. Next is learning how to harness natural energy. And after that, you're free to challenge even higher dimensions. The natural energy of Tivat is, of course, elemental energy. But that's not my area of expertise. I draw from a different source of power. Abyssal power, yes. Also known as the power of the Void Realm. My master, Sertologi, is a true expert in that area. After all, he was one of the group of 5 that infamously stole the all-encompassing power of the Abyss. An act for which the people of Conria gave them the epithet, the 5 Sinners. The elemental energy of Tivat, on the other hand, is derived from the power of the Light Realm. These 2 forms of energy exist in direct opposition to each other. Suffice to say, there's not much I can teach you this time.
But there's something familiar about the power you use.
A keen observation, traveler. Call it respecting local norms. The Abyss stands in direct conflict with the will of this world. So, to make my life easier, I disguise my power to make it appear cryo-like in nature. It's a technique I learned from some Conrian ruins, known as the Seven Shifting Serpent. If you ever change your mind about delving into abyssal power, I can teach it to you. So I've heard. You seem to have a knack for removing abyssal power. Use the power of Animo to clear the field as fast as you can.
Windblade! With the wind!
Observe your surroundings. Look for things you can use to tilt the scales of success in your favor.
Windblade! Windblade! Windblade!
Use the power of Hydro to destroy the spikes.
क्या करा मैं?
Go!
Faster! Don't give them a chance to strike you. You need to be quicker than you were in your dream. You can't afford another injury like that.
Water jet! Go! Go! Go!
Special. The ability to wield elemental energy without a vision and switch between the elements at will. It means your aspirations need no approval from the gods. Your power is not bound by the rules of this world. So be bold. Do not be afraid to chart your own path.
I can feel the power of the element flowing through me, something as peaceful as a flow of mystery. all the time, searching a raging river. ये क्या हो रहा है स्ट्रीम में? ऐसा क्या दिख रहा है? Close my eyes, I can almost hear their voice, but it not like some weird beast.
Very good. It seems you've reached a deeper level of connection with the elements.
How long has it been?
Long enough for you to lose yourself in your training, which is a good sign. Relentless practice with the elements has drained all your strength, but it's also what allowed you to make progress.
YouTube is now streaming of video, documentary, and more streaming images. Oh, wow.
Get some rest. When you wake up, we'll proceed to the final stage of your training.
Once the same creature just follow. Goes away.
What is the secret to power? Longing, hatred, self-preservation. No, it is fear. The fear of losing those you love. The fear of watching your home burn. Fear of loneliness. Fear of death. Fear is the source of evolution. It forces humanity to adapt to their environment and overcome hardship. It is in the process of prevailing over our fears that we surpassed first ourselves and then the rest of the world. That fear is now part of you. It calls on you to evolve. And it is time to answer. Any minute spent missing home is a minute wasted. Practice your sword work instead. Do not make me tell you twice.
But, Master, I can barely lift the sword anymore. If I keep going, I feel like my wrist is going to break.
So it has not broken yet. Then pick up your sword and keep practicing until it breaks. I want to hear the cracking and splintering of bone. After all, bones can always be reset.
can't breathe. Everything in black. I
Good Skirk. Once again, you survived.
how
How do you
feel?
feel?
Cold. In pain.
These are signs that you are adapting to the abyss. Each time the flesh is torn and the spirit crushed, each time you claw back from the brink of death, you become stronger. I now understand why these people sought to destroy your homeland. Your potential goes beyond even what I could have anticipated. But you still have much to learn in your pursuit of strength. Your mind is rife with distractions. From now on, I shall show no mercy in your training. You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion, crush the self that makes you weak, and become master over your physical form. Get up, Skirk. Wipe the blood off your face. Cut away the rotten parts of your flesh. And mend what is broken. Then take up your sword.
Yes, Master.
You're up! Hopefully you got some good rest. Skirk said to tell you that she's ready to start the final stage of your training whenever you are. So, want to head over now? Or did you want to wait a little?
From your training so far, you have gained a better command of the sword, and more control over your elemental abilities. That's only part of it. Experience is the real teacher. Your journey, the friends you have made, the dangers you have faced. These have taught you more than I ever could. Now, it's time to focus on how you react under pressure. You must be able to think rationally, even in unpredictable combat situations. To simulate this, I'm going to attack, and you're going to block. Ready? Not bad. That defensive stance looks near unbreakable. Just like your sister. Oh, that reminds me. You still don't know what happened to her, do you?
Hey, no fair! That's cheating!
You think every opponent has the same moral code as you? You can denounce their deplorable methods all you want, but only if you live to tell the tale. The dead don't get to complain. Strong emotions will always arise in combat. Anxiety, anger, fear. But a true warrior is never at their whim. Only when you are free from the influence of emotion can you make the right choice, no matter the situation. How amusing. Almost sounds like you think you know me. But you don't. You can choose your own path. We are not the same. Let's begin. Try to use reason over emotion. Make the most rational and advantageous decision in any given moment. This is your final training session. Look alive. Same drill as before, but this time I'm going to interfere. Hold your focus.
Water jet! Water jet!
Wrong fail. Pistol column destroyed है. Spike destroyed है.
Go! Water jet!
Okay. This is reasonable.
Water jet!
Go on.
Water jet! Go! Go! Water jet! Go! 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 Water jet! Go! Water jet!
No, that's
Go!
the way. Go.
Go! Water jet! jet! Go! 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 Water jet!
No रे.
Go! Go! Water jet! Go! Water jet! Water jet! Water jet! Go! Water jet! Water jet! Water jet! Go! Go! Water jet! Water jet!
Not bad. Better than I expected.
Focus all attention on my opponent is doing and how I should respond to it. Almost like my emotion takes a back
You're getting the
seat.
hang of it. The first step to controlling your emotions is controlling your mind. You want a unified train of thought. It all comes down to focus.
The battle. I think it's working. I can choose to turn out anything that doesn't relate to the battle, but I think I'm still pretty far from having full control over my emotions.
Your mind is rife with distractions. From now on, I shall show no mercy in your training. You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion. Crush
Crush
the
the
self
self.
that makes you weak, and become master over your physical form.
When like of turning to Genshin, but let's just yeah, have to the to be to make someone wait or emotion for pure illusions.
Stop. Let's pause here. One look, and I can tell your mind has wandered. That's to be expected. There's a limit to how long a human being can concentrate on one thing. Staying calm and focused sounds simple in theory, but in practice, it's more demanding than sword work or elemental abilities.
Right now, that size broke. All the emotion I was pressed for rushing back to the surface. When exhausting, steady, doubt, but exhausting is the main one. I feel like I could fall asleep on the spot.
Get some rest. No point training further if you're already dead on your feet. Like I said at the beginning, the only goal of this training is for you to reach a point that you're satisfied with. You managed to push past your limits, which is a good start. You can be proud of that, and sleep well knowing that you've earned it.
I'm not. Mila pizza, pizza, Mila. Oh, Mila. Teen stuck. I'm back in Scott inner world. I don't see that strange creature this time, but I think I can navigate this space on my own now, even without it here to guide me. I don't know how to live, so I am stuck here. But until I wake up, can't hurt to take a look around while I wait. Same Wuthering Waves की तरह body to
Skirk is
compare.
amazing. She faced down that terrifying giant and cut its head clean off.
She got hurt though, didn't she? I heard it was pretty bad.
Yeah, well, that's a given. But the moment she was on the mend, she got right back to practicing her sword work. I heard Master suffered a grave injury once too. Lost an arm and a leg and still came back stronger than ever. Skirk's becoming more like him by the day.
Incredible. I wonder if I'll ever reach their level. They're always so resolute, so unshakable.
Pathetic. You're not even trying. You're so much weaker than you think.
Skirk, have you become a positive light in this world?
Do you even remember how many of us perished in that fire? How many bodies were left to rot on the scorched earth? Yet you alone live on.
Keep your gaze fixed on your blade. You don't deserve to rest.
I have so many questions. I just want to jump in a spaceship, explore the whole universe, and get answers from the stars. I just need to wait till I'm grown up. Then, I can do anything.
Now, you must bid farewell to who you were in the past and become someone stronger.
Run, Skirk, run! Only death awaits us here. Keep running, and don't ever look back.
Let's see here. First things first, you need a new identity. Going around telling people you're from somewhere beyond the stars won't do, now will it? How about saying you hail from beneath the earth instead? As the Conrian saying goes, venturing out into the universe and down into the abyss are the same in that both are braving the dark unknown.
Well, I'm a visitor on this planet, so I'll follow the rules.
Ah, splendid. That saves me quite a bit of a piece of advice in return, although it might not be what you want to hear. I know the pursuit of strength is important to you, but taking a moment for yourself every once in a while is never a bad idea. Ignore her existence for too long, and there will come a day when you can no longer hear her voice.
Right? Ta-da! A barbecue feast just for you! Of course you are! That's why Skirk and Paimon got this all ready for you. Dig in! Before it gets cold. Ah, well, if you're around someone long enough, it's bound to happen. Plus, Skirk can cook. So, Paimon decided she can forgive the whole Ice Queen thing. Paimon's not one to hold a grudge.
Here's an idea. Let's save the chit-chat until after the meal.
You all dig in and make it work.
So full. Okay, it's Paimon's turn to sleep now. Wake her up when it's time to go.
I have good news. First, your training is complete. You have what it takes to wield immense power. Now it's just a matter of putting it into practice. Continue to learn from your journey and hone your skills against formidable opponents. Second, I've located the culprit we've been searching for. Next, you just need to retrieve the missing part of your soul, and our business will be concluded. When Ajax trained with me, he once told me he was bursting with questions. So I allowed him to ask me 3 of them before he left. You and I may never meet again, Traveler. So if there's anything you want to ask me, now's your opportunity. Just like Ajax, I'll answer 3 of your questions.
Think that skirt in our world. I am witnessing her memories. There are so many questions I could ask, but the most important one is, are you really from Tibet?
Okay, not the angle I was expecting. What makes you ask that?
I'm sorry I didn't tell you earlier, but while we were dream mirroring, I think I saw your memories. This is the first time I seen her break her composure. I guess this really took her by
I
surprise.
knew that was a possible side effect. Closed off my mind to you for that exact reason. Even with the dream mirroring, you should have seen nothing but endless darkness.
The Scott didn't share those memories with me on purpose, and in fact, she tried to best to keep from me. Wait, speaking of endless darkness, on my first time there, that was all I saw until that strange creature appeared.
Whatever. Must have been a flaw in my execution. I shouldn't be too surprised. Due to some recent circumstances, my self-control has been lacking as of late. Since
not
you've
lacking.
seen what you've seen, there's no reason to hide the truth. All I ask is that you keep it a secret. No, I'm not from Tevat. I'm from a different planet. And there was a time when I journeyed through the stars. A lot like you in some ways.
Like me, do you mean you are also a descender?
No, we're different in that respect. You're influencing the fate of this world. But me, I'm just passing through. Several hundred years ago, my master, Sotologi, opened the border between worlds and sent me here. But this is not my home. And one day, I'll return to the vast unknown of space. So, there you have it. On to your second question.
What is your goal in coming here?
To become stronger.
Nope.
For certain reasons, I need to bridge the power gap between me and my master as quickly as possible. But first, I need to understand the source of his strength. In his footsteps, walk the path he once walked. And somewhere along the way, I'll find out how to defeat him. That is my sole focus and purpose. Okay. You have one question remaining.
Police to defeat the fall. I can hear how serious this is. This for her. I wonder that those certain reason could be. But given how quickly she blazed through that answer, I doubt she wants to talk about it. I have one question left. What should I ask?
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there, I've never stopped searching for Master Skirk and that unknown abyss. But it's been years now, and I've still found nothing.
Now, maybe I should take this opportunity to get child some answers.
Well, your last question?
You know, child is looking for you, right? Are you going to let him see you?
Ajax. His situation is different than yours. Before you ever crossed paths with me, you'd already encountered many formidable people, studied their techniques, and developed your own skill set. So, during your training, all I had to do was build upon that foundation. But Ajax was so young when he came to me. A complete blank canvas. Children can't help but imitate their role models. In the long run, that would only hinder his growth. Once Ajax has enough strength in his own right, I will allow us to meet again. Until then, let that motivate him to reach his full potential.
Hey, दो viewer है. Thanks for coming. That was a calm and calculated answer. It's like she was talking about something entirely. I don't know why, but she makes it sounds like she. Sorry, nothing to do. But what does she actually do? What it? The abyss is completely silent. These domains must get lonely after a while. Not to mention, she said it's been hundreds of years since she arrived in Tibet, and even longer than that is if you for also the time passes.
Unlike you, I have no desire to establish a connection with the world. The weak and the lowly have no right to remember me. They're lucky they only have a few missing memories to show for it.
All that time she never established to connection with this world. Was it really just because she looks down on the weak? I doubt she gave me a straight answer. If I asked side, I already used up my three questions. She was happy to give me cold, hard fact, but I still feel like I went heard her true
Wake
voice.
up your companion. It's time to go. Oh, and everything I just told you. Best keep it a secret from her as well.
He is keeping lot of secrets from her.
Time to go.
Yep.
Oh, finally. Where are we headed?
इधर भी आ रहा है.
Just follow me. I'll open an abyssal rift close to the culprit's location. It'll take us to where he's hiding.
Wait, this is near the chasm, right?
Yes. If we enter from here, we'll be able to reach that place from your dream. You have some experience with abyssal domains by now, but still, this is someone else's territory. Best to proceed with caution.
Going smoothly.
Don't worry. Paimon's an expert at hiding behind other people for safety. Oh, but, that means you need to stay safe, traveler.
That is just the
All right.
sun.
Remember your training. Time to put it to use.
What am I saying, huh? Hit 911.
Wipe out!
Extinguished! Mine to wield.
Udah sih ya. Nyambung.
Whoa! Look at all these spikes! Careful! Don't get caught! You know what? Paimon's just gonna float behind you. Come on, you got this!
Hey, what are you two doing here? Dusty. Like an abandoned house. Let's press on.
Looks like this is a dead end. Did we make it to his hiding place? Ugh! This fog is making it impossible to see anything!
This should be the place where you were attacked, Traveler. The missing part of your soul should be nearby. Can you sense where it is?
I close my eyes, focus on the light that missed from my back. Then yes, I can sense something, and it is nearby, but I can't tell the exact location.
Our opponent must have covered his tracks just in case. Otherwise, you should have sensed it much more strongly.
Hold on! Look! The spikes are back!
Stay calm. Let's hold back a little. Give our enemy some wiggle room so we can see what we're dealing with. If you're too reckless, we might be playing right into his hands. Our enemy took part of your soul for a reason. It's likely he integrated it into his attack somehow. If we're smart about this, we can track it down.
Okay, can track it down.
From the start, the attacks have been focused on me. Trying to break through my defenses? I see. There. I got it back.
Traveler! Skirk! What happened? It looked like Skirk just got...
In the Grayley Plains, you asked me why this enemy chose you as his target. Now, the answer is clear. It's not just the fact that your strength is impressive. It's also because of your ability to, as you put it, purify abyssal power. Whatever that actually means. The fact is, that ability allowed him to do something that should have been completely impossible. Namely, break through my defenses and steal my power.
You were his steal target.
No. He couldn't have known I'd come to his domain. He only stole your soul fragment because he knew the value of its power. I doubt he expected it to come in handy so... Call it fate, if you want. I believe that's the term they use in this world for arbitrary coincidences like this. In any case, it works to our advantage. Once I realized what he was using that power for, it gave me the chance to get back what you lost. I'll cope. Well, done gorging? Good. Time to answer some questions. How did you get the power of the all-devouring narwhal?
The all-devouring narwhal? Oh, of course! Paimon...
I highly doubt you acquired that power through your own strength. Tell me I'm wrong. You're desperate enough to scour vestiges of power you can find. What's wrong? Bit off more power than you can chew? You're struggling to hold a basic conversation.
Just a little longer. I'm still...
Look! It's back!
Those obsessed with power will let it devour them before abandoning their pursuit. Keep calm and use reason to decide the best course of action.
The most stable by one. As well as the of one. So maybe it's process some of what power was stolen. The culprit is hiding somewhere beyond the fog. I will have a good understanding of his attack pattern from fire just now. If we punches in our high. लाइट गई है नहीं I think we should get out of here.
Wise decision. Final victory doesn't always come after a single battle. You've got your soul fragment back, so we both got what we came for. Let the enemy draw breath while he can. It will get us out of here, traveler. You'll need to lead the way this time. You should focus.
Uh-oh! Falling spikes! Run!
उधर जानवर है हाँ स्टैमिना है
with the all-devouring narwhal. Did you know that all along, Skirk?
I had my suspicions. That's why I decided to investigate in the first place. But suspicions only get you so far. I needed to verify it for myself.
Phew. Oh, I should be safe here, right?
I no longer sense his presence. Can't have followed us out of that abyssal domain. Weaklings like him will find that my power is not so easily controlled. He won't be leaving that place until he's managed to digest it. You seem surprised. I suppose that's fair. You've seen but a fraction of what that whale is capable of. That gaping maw could swallow a planet whole. It's called the all-devouring narwhal for a reason. Devouring is what it does best. It can extract power from anything, dead or alive, as long as it manages to make physical contact.
Yeah. When we had our run-in with that thing, Neverlet mentioned that it has an instinct to devour.
Your dragon friend recognized the nature of its abilities and used the power of Hydro to protect you. That worked because it was in a satiated state, so it was somewhat less aggressive than usual. It's a different story when it has no more power to feed off of. That's when its true voracious nature kicks in. It could devour everything on the planet in that state, which is why I cast it into that void space. But I hadn't counted on there being anyone left on this planet capable of wielding its power. To me, that says he must have encountered the whale a long time ago. Meaning, he must have known my master.
Hearing you say the fall definitely got a reaction out of him.
Exactly. It told me everything I needed to know. Hence why I said we both got what we came for. And I believe that brings our transaction to an end. Now that you're whole again, you can get back to your own journey. I'll handle the rest of this situation myself.
No way! We can't leave now! Something was stolen from you because of us. We have to help you get it back.
This isn't my first taste of failure or losing power. When you fall, you get back up again and become stronger. That's how it is.
But what if that monster finds you before you're all better?
Fine, hurry, take a...
Plus, how are you gonna get home? It's not like you can just go swoosh and open a door to the abyss again. Not without your full strength. So, sticking with us for the time being doesn't sound so bad, does it?
Fair enough. Then take this.
What is it?
A bag of Mora. Nothing in this world is free. I know that much. I'll leave the planning to you. Hurry up and decide where to go. We shouldn't linger.
We should take Skirk somewhere she can rest. But where? Paimon gets the feeling Skirk wouldn't like being around a lot of people. Oh wait! Baishu said we could rest in the back room of the pharmacy, didn't he? Let's head there!
Rev the engines!
a Mora in it. Does she have a job or something? Wait, no. After what we saw at Wamin Restaurant, that seems impossible. Can you imagine? It would go something like, I'll be collecting my paycheck now, boss. Oh, sure thing. Wait, who are you? Have we met? Can't hold a job if you make everyone forget about you. So, what did you do to get all this Mora?
Claimed some buried treasure, took care of a few monsters that were causing trouble. Nothing untoward. It's safe to use.
Ah! You heard all that?
A sonorous voice like yours is hard to miss. I wouldn't be surprised if the sound of it traveled to the nearest mountaintop.
Then, did you by chance happen to hear Paimon's little, joke earlier?
You mean when you called me Frosty the Lavender Melon?
Yes, you did.
No. Sorry. Paimon totally misspoke just now. She didn't say that at all. It was, a Paimon lookalike. Yeah, she's a piece of work, that one. Always impersonating Paimon and giving people weird nicknames. Okay, fine. The truth is, Paimon didn't like you all that much at the start. But things are different now. You helped the Traveler in a big way, so... What do you say? Friends?
I noticed there was only one bed. Go ahead and get some rest.
Wait, what about you?
I don't get tired, and I don't need rest. I'm going to practice my sword work. That should help me regain some strength.
But your shoulder... Hey, don't just leave! Whatever. Let her tire herself out. She'll come back eventually. Let's get some sleep, Traveler. That comfy bed is calling, Paimon.
Scott is stubborn even if I try to convince her to take it easy. I doubt she will listen. Man's right. Scotty will stop and take a break once get tired. I hope I should just get some sleep. Wow. Shoulder, something seems off with
Quiet.
was she talking to no way around unless
Do you even remember how many of us perished in that fire? How many bodies were left to rot on the scorched earth? Yet you alone live on.
Keep your gaze fixed on your blade. You don't deserve to rest.
Run, Skirk, run! Only death awaits us here. Keep running, and don't ever look back.
that time I witnessed Scott was training alone, but where his voice straight talking to her. Now they mention a fire. I wonder what happened exactly. If only she could just talk to us.
Getting an early night's sleep is the best. That bed was so comfy. Wait, Skirk? Have you been sitting out here the whole night? The bed's all yours if you want it.
About 60%. Maybe 70.
Whew! Paimon thought it would take at least a couple of days. That was fast.
No, not fast enough. That's 20% less than last time. Same training regimen, same intensity. Nothing felt different, but somehow the outcome fell short.
Maybe because of the spike that stabbed you.
No, I think the problem's with me. I need to meditate for the next 2 days. Deep introspection should help me find the issue.
Ooh, sounds intense. We'll watch over you in the meantime, then.
Thanks. See you in 2 days.
I will just. Really? Who does with nothing sleep and nothing eating?
Morning! Skirk is still meditating, huh? It's been 2 days already. Shouldn't she be awake by now? Paimon can't think of anything we can do to help. Oh, wait! Breakfast! That's it! Paimon will go get breakfast! Skirk is gonna be starving when she wakes up. Be right back.
Kid in our world में जाएंगे शायद. This place feels familiar, but where am I exactly? There are towering cliffs with trees and a strange river from the horizon all the way here, but it broken up several times along the way with a waterfall at each breakdown. On closer inspection, the color of the water is changing. The closer I get to the lower portion, the darker it becomes, almost as if.
That's right. This is Skirk's inner world. Think of it as the threshold between the soul and dreams. This isn't your first time here, but what you remember is probably a space covered in darkness. I only managed to illuminate a small portion for you back then. Actually, it's my first time talking to someone like this. I only managed to break free and bring you here because the injury weakened her power. I guess that's why I can speak again, too. Call it fate, if you want. I think that's the word they use in this world for lucky coincidences like this, right? Now, before I take you to her, I gotta ask. You're the first outside visitor to ever come here, so what's your impression of this place?
Okay. What is that river?
Oh, you noticed. This river represents Skirk's strength. Strength accumulates over time. It is the summation of a person's lived experience. So this river is where all the fragments of Skirk's life should converge into a single stream of memories and emotions, flowing forward as one. But, as you can see, this river has been severed numerous times. It's because Skirk doesn't like who she was in the past. when all she sees reflected in the river is a disgraceful shadow of who she was. She cuts through water and rock with the sword of reason, severs her connection with the past, and begins anew.
Wait, that reminds me of something.
You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion. Crush the self that makes you weak, and become master over your physical form.
This isn't my first taste of failure or losing power. When you fall, you get back up again and become stronger. That's how it is.
I see, so it was. Sorry. Sure, have to be this
The
way.
answer to one mystery invites another question, I see. Let's follow the river upstream. There among the cliffs, among the memories etched into her heart, lies the truth of it all. Soon, you'll understand everything.
Right away. Sorry for that. This looks like a post map. I recognize the going on the sign. Wait, isn't that the which I draw for the diamond? Why is it showing up on Scott memory?
I've always thought that, even when falling leaves don't come from the same tree, they can still form bonds of kinship when they meet. Like meteors, you both made a journey through the stars. Both travelers who have landed on a planet that is not your home. Yet, when she first noticed your presence, although she hesitated for a moment, she still chose to walk away, indifferent as ever.
Think about it, it's not surprising at all. After what's happened, I do just want. It's obvious she preferred to disappear from other people's lives. She hasn't seen child in years either. I doubt she even made a connection with this world of her own volition or whatever. What I am seeing now is a grow for entire life.
Seems like you've answered your own question. Skirk sees herself as a trespasser in this world. She's made a conscious choice to avoid altering its path. But the reason for that decision stems from events much earlier on in her life. Let's keep going. It's still a long way to the...
Oh, water.
You now have what it takes to wield immense power. From this day forth, I shall teach you no more. No one can become a worthy warrior through imitation alone. I have given you fangs and claws. Now, you must learn to hunt.
You wish me to travel the world beyond on my own, Master?
Indeed. Make new friends. Embark on your own journey and piece together a new future from the shattered remnants of your past. We will still have contact through the abyss, but know this. One day, I will take the life you worked so hard to rebuild and reduce it to ashes. Just like the fire that haunts your mind.
Why would you do that?
I have told you before, fear is the catalyst for human evolution. You have tasted loss. You have known fear, so deep it can be felt in the bones. But as living beings, we all have an instinct to detach from that which harms us. And thus pain dampens over time, and the acrid taste of fear becomes but a distant memory. Yet now, I have bestowed upon you the gift of fear eternal. It will drown you in the nightmare of your childhood, or it shall drive you to defeat me, whatever the cost.
Figure next to you. Skirt looks familiar, right? I saw the same figure during the battle against the all. Well,
That is what Skirk's master, the foul Sertology, looked like at one point in time.
at the what point in time?
Of course. As a higher being, physical form is a triviality to him. He could appear as a beast, a human,
or even
a monster that
defies
defies description. The form you see him in here, clad in abyssal armor, is the one he usually wears when traveling through the stars.
I used to think Sertology and Skirt were just master and disciple, like Skirt and child. Now I see why Skirt chose to distance herself from humanity. Sertology told her to put down food here, while at the same time threatening to destroy whatever life she managed to create.
For certain reasons, I need to bridge the power gap between me and my master as quickly as possible. But first, I need to understand the source of his strength. To do that, I need to follow in his footsteps, walk the path he once walked, and somewhere along the way, I'll find out how to defeat him. That is my sole focus and purpose.
So that's what she meant. But I still don't understand why you would do that. What he said, I didn't pick up an conflict between
I'll
them.
let you in on a little secret. The real Sertology is terrifying. The scope of his power is impossible to understand until you experience it firsthand. It is absolute. The power to crush all things. Shall we keep going? Let's see.
Yeah,
We're
about
about halfway there.
to 999. Let me know. Warning, 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 warning. चल रहा है
We've made it quite a ways already. This is Skirk, when she first began training under Sertology.
I have set your broken wrist. Tomorrow, you're to train twice as hard. No tears this time. Good. Attempting to garner sympathy through tears is a habit of the weak. A pitiful, useless ploy.
Can I ask a question, Master? Why did you save me? I keep thinking, maybe it would be better if I had died. I wouldn't be haunted by that fire all the time. I wouldn't have to go on like this.
I saved you because I have a plan for you. It has been too long since I fought a battle that demanded my full strength, and I hunger for it. Every so-called genius and prodigy I have faced has crumbled like sand underfoot. Before me, even fate bends the knee. So, I will teach you everything I know. Train you by whatever means necessary, in the hope that one day, you might surprise me.
But I don't want to draw my sword against you, Master.
What you want matters little. Among the boundless sea of stars, the cries of the weak are but faint murmurs that disappear into the void. You of all people know that well.
Yes, Master.
From that day forward, all she knew was grueling training, emptiness, and fatigue. After some time, her talent bloomed, and she gained control over her emotions, like her master. How should I put it? It was not that human emotion disappeared from her heart, but that reason came to dictate all she was allowed to feel. I suppose it was at this point that she became the Skirk you know today.
So, Saturashi said is good for from her this story. When she was a child, never tried to hide his surprisingly was one final mystery. What really happened with the disaster back then? Saturashi final words is to Scud war, Korean rule, but Scud's reaction made it seems like it was a truth she knows all too well. I have a feeling it all comes to back to what happened back then.
We're nearly there. I almost don't want to reach the end.
Well, shall we? This
Well,
is the final stage.
Shall we? This is the final stretch.
Okay, final stage.
These are Skirk's happiest memories. What a simple and carefree time it was. Wisps of clouds dotted the sky. The sun bathed everything in golden light. And when song filled the air, not even the shyest of flowers could resist swaying along. This is Skirk's homeland. She was so curious about everything as a child. Always skipping school to go exploring instead. There was so much to discover.
Hello,
Treasures at the
bro.
bottom of the sea. The secrets beyond the stars. And that merchant
like,
ship
share, and
packed with
subscribe.
adults wearing those strange clothes. Yes, the ship. That was the beginning of the end. It was a spaceship. When it arrived, the people that disembarked wore smiles on their faces and spoke of friendship. They claimed to be merchants from a neighboring planet, looking to establish trade. Skirk's parents, her relatives, her neighbors, everyone welcomed the newcomers with open arms and allowed them to explore the planet. To them, the visitors were guests and should be treated with hospitality. No one had any idea of what was to come. Several months later, an army of unknown origin arrived without warning and carried out a ruthless campaign to destroy everything and everyone on the planet. Scarlet had skipped school that day, like so many times before, so she was not caught in the immediate wave of destruction. But when she came home that day, only fire and ruin awaited her. Countless people cried out to her for help. People she knew and loved. Friends and relatives. The little girl who lived next door. The shop owner with the bad leg. The bad-tempered teacher she had made fun of just that morning. Their lives were discarded like worthless trash as the fire consumed one life after another. Skirk was
मेरा
helpless.
बहुत लंबा
All she
डिले
could do was run. And so she
बहुत
did.
मतलब बहुत
She kept running until an
बार बार ये हुआ ना
unexpected figure crossed her path.
I don't know how to do it. No. Okay.
If Sertology hadn't been there in that moment, the fire would have claimed her life too. And there she would have remained, left to rot in the scorched earth, with no answer as to why any of this was happening.
Why did these people destroy her mind?
Because she and her people were seen as a threat. As the initial merchant ship explored the planet, they discovered that it hadn't always had the condition to support life. Yet there was evidence of human activity, even during the periods of extreme heat or cold in the past. Further research revealed that, over time, the people of this planet had evolved the ability to adapt to any type of environment or energy source. For that reason, the outsiders viewed them as a potential threat and decided to eliminate them before the threat could rear its head. And so, the army was called, and the so-called danger was wiped from the face of the planet.
Because of population.
Senseless, isn't it? Deemed a threat because of a gift they didn't even know they had. Perhaps it was their own innocence and kindness that doomed them. But in the end, that was lost to the blaze as well. If those with power get to decide good and evil, then all you can trust in is the sword in your hand. And so, before death could claim her, she ran. She ran and never stopped.
No, I see why Project Fate is such a very fine respect for her.
No one wants to relive their most painful moments. Well,
Yes, we go.
that brings us to the end of the story. This is as far as we can go. Skirka is waiting over there. For both of us. Let's go to her. It's time to fulfill my purpose. And my greatest wish over
For
all these years.
How do you done this for me, love? Thanks, bro. Okay, bro. Thanks. To like, share, and subscribe. And thanks for watching.
So all this, just so you could bring him here.
I have things to say to you. Well, to me. I want someone to witness our reconciliation, even if it takes an argument to get there. And he is the best choice in this moment. Her suppressed emotional self. The version of herself she keeps locked in the recesses of her mind, stifled by reason. All those rejected impulses, those discarded aspects of your past selves, they are a part of me
Thanks
now.
for watching though.
I am who you used to be. Someone you have
That make me
refused to
happy.
face for too long. So, I came to face you instead.
You're wrong. I've faced you all along. And that's exactly why I keep you locked here. Your existence makes me weak. Moments of joy and longing are when we are most vulnerable. Don't forget, it was a penchant for goodness over reason that doomed our homeland in the first place. The vastness of the universe renders everything insignificant. Our feelings most of all.
Even so, learning from the mistakes of the past doesn't have to mean erasing everything. Strip yourself of your so-called weaknesses, emotions like kindness and empathy, and what makes you any different from the ruthless soldiers who slaughtered our people.
The difference is that I'm doing what is right, what is necessary. I allow you to exist, but with limited freedom. That is the greatest kindness I can offer. I have shouldered everything you couldn't carry. I rose above the numbness and emptiness, and it was cold, unfeeling reason that brought me this far. It made me who I am. It made me strong.
That is the problem. I want to shoulder those things together. On the grand scale of the entire universe, maybe our feelings are vanishingly small, but why should that mean they don't matter? Emotion gives warmth to the cold expanse of space. It gives meaning to the world around us. Think back to those nights of gazing at the stars, those afternoons of exploring the unknown. Think back, and let them grant you peace. A brief respite from the pressure you put on yourself.
That isn't what we need.
Exactly what we need! Aren't you curious about why recovering your strength has taken longer than normal this time?
Finally, you get to the important part. That is the only answer I came here to find.
Then look around. Look at your inner world. You cast aside your dreams and curiosity, and in doing so, you lost your original motivation. You severed all connection to who you used to be, so you can no longer draw strength from your past. Now, the only things driving you forward are fear and survivor's guilt. But these cannot take you far enough. And so, this river, the source of your strength, grows more polluted by the day.
By another channel. Talking to myself.
And you think that means I should seek help from a weak little thing like you?
Motion self isn't weak. The fact that she transcended time and broke free from her constraint to come and face you that prove it.
Thank you for saying that. I knew bringing you here would be the right choice. To be honest, I'm not here to argue with you. This isn't about who's right or wrong. And in fact, I agree that in order to make it through the wake of that tragedy, we had to distance ourselves from the pain through reason over emotion. But what is right at one point in time isn't always right forever. I know you will never forget that fire. I know the fact that you were the sole survivor fills you with guilt. And I know that among the voices that haunt you, mine is there too. All those unfulfilled hopes are like knives to the heart. And I don't want you to hurt anymore. So even if you can't accept me, I hope, at least, that you can let go.
I keep thinking, maybe it would be better if I had died. I wouldn't be haunted by that fire all the time. I wouldn't have to go on like this.
Oh, access kar borobar. Thanks, Mohit bhai. Maybe.
Your dad and I, we're not afraid to stare death in the face, but we need you to survive.
I'm sick of being a kid. There's so many amazing things out there. And I'm ready to see them all.
I remember. There was a song Mom and Dad always sang when we went out to fetch water. Dancing water. The sand along your path is begging for your song and movement. Will you carry this burden with you on your journey? I am not the dancing water, and you are not the burdensome sand. But if this is your wish, then I will carry you with me until the end.
Thank you.
I should be thanking you.
Run, Skirk, run! Remember, leave no one alive!
Heed my words, Skirk. Let fear take root in your soul.
Did you survive? Why was it only you?
Skirk, did you become a positive light in this world?
Hey, this doesn't have to be the end. Life is a gift. Don't let darkness claim it.
So, you saw my memories then. I once asked my master if survival of the strongest was the law of the universe. He said no, but in a world without order, those with no moral boundaries tend to be the ones who survive. That's why, after hearing his answer, an idea came to mind. An idea that, one day, I would create a new world order. One in which there would never be another tragedy like that fire. One in which power was not the law of the land. But that means I must defeat him. Because my master, Sertologi, is, at the core, a defier of all rules and order.
Sounds like you have a work cut out for you.
Yes, and not just because of the gap in our abilities, but also because I have no reason to see him as an enemy.
Getting subscriber with this stream is something else. I like it.
Although his decision to train me was not made out of kindness, he did everything a master should. He saved my life, taught me the sword and the principles of strength. And for that, I respect him.
But he intends to face you in a battle one day.
I know. And it's not something I want. But Master never goes back on his word. I have to treat everything he says as a promise. He's no longer into that, but he sends me messages through the abyss every now and then. Most of them are simple greetings, or an answer to one of my questions. Every time I hear from him, my heart skips a beat. And I wonder if this is the moment where he'll finally appear before me and tear down everything I've built to pieces. Maybe that means I do live in eternal fear, just like he said. Yes, I respect him, but I'm also afraid of him. And for that reason, the pursuit of strength consumes every moment of my life. I don't know what Master has planned, but I have to be ready.
If he does attack you one day,
help me?
why?
This isn't your fight.
Because if we want to build the world we both want to see, everyone has to be willingly to fight for it. If we all do our part, we can make the entire universe a kinder place. We can think that we can. That's it. Scud gives us into the distant sky. There's nothing else to do here. Should I leave? Already done, sister. I think this I need to go.
Oh, you're finally awake! Honestly, Paimon was gone for like 2 seconds and then she comes back and finds you both unconscious? Oh, you scared Paimon half to death! You're both okay, right?
What does it look like?
Looks like your strength is back.
Only water from the source can cleanse the rot and filth that flows from the past into the future. I taught you to incorporate the experiences from your journey into how you fight. I suppose what happened today will become an inseparable part of who I am.
Okay, so Paimon feels like she's missing some important context. But whatever. Paimon brought back tons of delicious snacks! Let's dig in!
3 of you enjoy.
All right. It's about time we finished what we started.
We're gonna deal with this thief for good, right?
This time, I'm not going to tell you to hold back. But having digested even more power in the meantime, he's going to be tougher than before. The good news is, We have no reason to pull our punches this time. So, let's go. Same place as last.
It's time.